One, two, three, go.
Go.
Round three. They say that the third time's the charm. Third time's the charm. Okay, so. Oh, hi. Hi, Tito Dom. Tito Dom is watching actually. You are in big trouble. All right, going back. Now, again, this is the third time we try this out. Shout out to Carlo Lopez and into the drafting phase, coach. Kindly guide us to the picks and to the bans so that the viewers know what's up in the minds of the players of this game.
All right. So to all of those who didn't watch yesterday, let me just give a brief refresher. In the first game, Team Ignis won with great team fight and control. GGMarlon went with unusual Meepo-centric pick, but they weren't able to pull that off. The second game, however, GGMarlon came back hard with powerful Death Ball lineup with Shadow Shaman, Death Prophet, and Razor. So it was really a terrifying Death Ball that rolled over Team Ignis.
What happened during that second game where was it Team Ignis, right? It was Team Ignis. It was it was GGMarlon actually picked up the pace. What happened was that when they were doing the picks and then they went for the Shadow Shaman as a third pick, I believe. Was it second or third?
Yeah.
The other team was focusing too much on banning heroes that would go against their lineup, not exactly heroes that the other team would pick. So what happened was that after the Shadow Shaman, Death Prophet was just picked off right off the bat, and it was just a terrible, terrible decision for Ignis, I believe.
Yeah, if you allow Shadow Shaman and Death Prophet in the same team, that's pretty much a good game right there already. So let's see the initial bans. You have Doom and Lycan, some of the best most adaptable heroes. Of course, Doom is the best single hero control, and Lycan is one of the best pushers, and then Mirana is a great utility, and Shadow Shaman is pretty much the best death ball right now. So Radiant, GGMarlon going with another unconventional first pick in the form of Undying, and Team Ignis picks up Tidehunter and Tinker. Tidehunter, very powerful team fight hero, and Tinker, one of the most annoying heroes to deal with because of that split push and defensive capabilities. By the way, in both games yesterday, GGMarlon actually banned out Tinker in their first bans. You know, it's not really a conventional first bans, but seeing as the Tinker was picked up in the first picking stage, yeah, they might have been a little bit on the track there with the Tinker bans.
Reserve time.
But for now, let's see where Team Ignis goes with this Tinker pick. And GGMarlon picks up Vengeful Spirit. Vengeful Spirit's a good utility hero, very good support, can bring a lot of damage, firepower to the team with the armor reduction and the Wave of Terror and the Vengeance Aura, giving a lot of damage to his team. And a good stun and positioning capability to add to that. But Vengeful Spirit is not really a first phase pick kind of hero. Not powerful enough to determine how your team will go. So maybe GGMarlon, as before, they're hiding a strat for their last 3 picks.
Mm-hmm. And this is where Ignis has to be more careful. They don't want to do that habit or maybe that kind of decision making where they are protecting their lineup. So we will actually we will see that coming in as soon as this second ban gets picked, right? Or third ban rather for Ignis. Just whenever they're trying to protect their lineup, those are the bans that doesn't really make sense. Or those are the bans that will not actually be picked at all. And whenever they make that mistake, it's going to be the formula for their own team, right? They're gonna set them up for themselves for failure instead of success.
Yeah, but right now I believe that GGMarlon is very on the spot with their bans. Of course, they banned Enigma. Enigma is easily pairable with Tidehunter. giving an entire around 6 seconds
10
worth of
seconds
ground
to
control and
go.
stun. That's easily enough to wipe the entire team when
5 seconds.
if you fight properly, especially under the Tinker March of the Machines. And they ban out
Reserve
Earthshaker.
time.
Earthshaker is actually one of the best counters to Undying, because if the Tombstone goes down and there's a lot of zombies, the Earthshaker's Echo Slam actually
Dire
is amplified by those zombies. So Undying is really a big no-no against Earthshaker, so a smart ban against
Radiant
Earthshaker.
Smith.
And
Mhm.
Death Prophet on the other side. Ancient Apparition. So they're really going all out with the team fight here. Tidehunter with the Ancient Apparition. Really big AoEs. The Tinker also an AoE with the March of the Machines. But right now they have a bit of a lack in offensive capability. None of these heroes are really right-click material.
10
Neither one or
seconds
two
to go.
position material. Tinker is actually a sort of a carry
5 seconds.
in some definitions of the term, but Tinker's not a right-click hero.
Reserve
Tinker
time.
will start to fall off in the ultra late game
Lion.
when the right-click heroes get
Dyer's Pit.
pretty dominant. So again, here Lion. These are position 3, 4, and 5 heroes, not one. Not of the 1 and 2, and they're not actually as game defining as the support heroes of Team Ignis. Team Ignis has Tidehunter, Ancient Apparition, easily position 4 and 5 heroes. But these heroes can be game turning with the Ice
10
Blast and the
seconds to
Ravage. If you get a Ravage shut up into an Ice Blast, that could
5
easily force a
seconds.
retreat from the enemy team. But here, they're position 4 and 5, probably the Vengeful Spirit and Lion, while good for ganking, they're not really suited for team fights. The Undying, on the other hand, is a good offlaner. Good for team fights, not too useful for ganking because he has no lockdown. But all in all, we're seeing just a hodgepodge of picks from Team GGMarlon. Maybe their last 2 picks are their trump cards. We'll have to see where this goes. But let's see how Ignis picks for now. They should be picking a position 1 hero right now. Possibly a support. They might be saving their carry as a counter to Team GGMarlon.
Dazzle.
Okay, so we're seeing the second
Radiant
support
Smith.
up on the safe lane, I believe. I think this is very likely to go for a defensive tri lane, and I think you did mention last night that Ancient Apparition works well with supports
Dyer's
that
ban.
are laning with him who are ranged. They have to be ranged for the Chilling Touch to be very effective, right?
Yeah, yesterday we had Ancient Apparition picked up by Ignis actually, but they failed with that tri lane because
10
Ignis was paired
seconds to
with
go.
it was an
AA was
Earthshaker.
paired.
AA, yeah, Ancient Apparition was paired with an Earthshaker and another melee hero, Trend Protector. Yeah,
Reserve
those
time.
are
Yeah.
too slow attacking melee heroes. So the Chilling Touch, the level 1 pickup of Ancient Apparition, isn't too useful in a lane where 2 of your heroes have to get up close to deal that damage. So we
Yeah,
have,
not to mention that Fisher actually blocks those melee heroes.
yeah, you'll have to
to
have
get
really,
the hits in.
really good positioning
Yeah,
for
they have to
the
go around.
Chilling
and
Touch
it
to
was
work.
It was terrible. It was a terrible lane. But now I think it's going to be. I think they figured this one out.
So, look, as we can see from GGMarlon, they ban out the best carry 1 hero they can
10
pick right now,
seconds to
the
go.
Faceless Void. So, they're probably scratching,
5
scraping for
seconds.
a carry hero they can pick right now. For team fights, Spectre is one of the better carries for team
Reserve
fights.
time.
Maybe they'd want to go with Lifestealer. Good survivability in case of ganks coming from Vengeful Spirit and Lion with his magic invulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see them going for a heavy farming carry like an anti-mage because they already have a heavy farmer in the form of Tinker. Tinker's
Yeah, but-
gonna eat up a lot of the farm, so they need something that would be able to fight. They have a lot of setup right now. They have Dazzle. Dazzle's a good hero to keep to keep your carry alive with the heal and the Shallow Grave. Right now they're running out of reserve time. They might be
Or you
just
yeah,
trying
you
to
have to
give a surprise. They need to pick in 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
I'm gonna clap my hands if there's
Sven
something so
Oh,
Sven.
they
unusual.
go with this
Oh,
Sven.
we go with a Sven
They
carry.
don't.
Wow. Well, I'm not really going to clap my hands there, but wow, this is definitely a very, very good lockdown at top lane.
Yeah, Sven.
Obviously, Tidehunter will definitely go for the off lane, I believe, and just farm those inches. Wow, a Morphling, which could have actually Morphling could have actually been a good pick for the Dire team, but yeah, I guess they just preferred Sven for that. And yeah, the Radiant team went for the Morphling, but considering the okay, how can you say this? Dire team lineup, they could actually pick someone who's also ranged, just to ensure that they get the maximum dominance in the lane. Although I might be wrong. Again, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Anyway, I'm going ahead to introduce the teams right now. We have McLovin playing Lion and Forest for the Vengeful Spirit. Teneb playing the Morphling with Doperman for the Undying.
Oh, we
And
have a smoke
Invoker
coming in?
played by Hot. And yes, before I actually finish introducing teams, we have a smoke coming in from the Radiant team. They're going to look for the kills of the supports, trying to position themselves for the ward. And for the Dire team, we have Too Good For You on Sven, Tree Robert. For AA, Outsdone on Dazzle, Tidehunter on Snack on Tidehunter, and Dimos on the Tinker. And it is indeed, as the stream actually predicted, it will be Dimos Tinker. It seems that Dimos actually plays well with this Tinker. This Lion is gonna get revealed. We will see the Dazzle right here. He'll be able to go in the last down. And wow.
This guy's dead.
Yeah, it's a very, very fast. It's a very, very fast wipeout there. And they didn't actually have to throw a lot of those other skills. It was just mostly auto attacks. And since the first blood is already thrown down, I think we're gonna see the lanes start to settle. Actually, for the first few minutes, they do know that the ward. I think they might have figured out that the ward is up here, but it may be that they're thinking that the Dazzle just strayed off into the camp. So about the laning phase, Coach, what do you think will go down?
All right, so let's go with the tri-lane here. It's going to be a tri-lane, defensive tri-lane for the Dire and offensive tri-lane for the Radiant. Undying, of course, is one of my favorite heroes actually. He's probably the best tri-laner in the game. The Tombstone can actually wipe an entire tri-lane all by himself. And of course, when you pair him with the supports, Lion, Vengeful Spirit, those are both guaranteed stuns. And those are actually likely to pick off someone. They have a total lockdown of around 3 seconds in between them if they stack their stuns properly. And the Tombstone's just gonna rip through them, through any single target that they choose. And possibly they can follow up to a secondary target. They can just control this tri-lane, I believe. The Ancient Apparition is not going to be too useful right now because he doesn't have lockdown. Right now he hasn't skilled his level 1 skill yet. He can skill Chilling Touch, but at the risk of losing to a dive or an initiation from the other team. He has to take note that the Vengeful Spirit is already at level 2, has that Wave of Terror that's gonna wipe his armor to -1 actually, so that's very potent, especially in a tri-lane. And the Lion has still level 1, but he has that guaranteed stun going for him. They're moving towards mid.
But actually, it's just Ancient Apparition chasing away the Vengeful Spirit, just reducing any potential ganks coming in. He's just keeping his eye on the VS right now.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I think that they're not aware about the ward right here. They don't know. They're just really thinking that, hey, maybe the Dazzle is straight off and we just pick him off. And they have no idea, absolutely no idea that the ward is up. They know that, Tinker knows that the Invision was picked up by the Lion, so it's gonna be very, very safe, playing very safe for the middle lane. Yeah, Coach, go ahead.
Okay, so let's see the other matchups right now. In the bottom lane, we have Morphling safe lane farming, and Tidehunter off lane. Tidehunter is also a very good offlaner because of his natural tankiness. The Kraken Shell is going to prevent a lot of damage. We have an attempted gank going in, but that's going nowhere. That's gonna go nowhere. The Morphling, of course, is gonna be a late game hero. It's practically a late game hero. He can survive a lot early on, and he's pretty much incapable of damage right now.
But hang on, the middle lane action is coming in. March of the Machine is getting thrown with the Tinker just to keep those Radiant players off. Just gonna push them away and threaten them with the 8 with so much damage, just lowering their HP down. They were actually able to throw in a lot of those spells and just give a constant amount of damage, but they were just too close to the tower to confirm the kill.
Yeah, you just have to respect that March of the Machines. You know, if you're going against the March of the Machines, it's not really too obvious at first, but you're gonna take a lot of damage from March of the Machines.
Yes, and the deeper you go in, actually, the harder it will be for you to ensure that you're alive by the time to escape that march.
Yeah, so you think you're going in and you think you're just gonna take a little bit of damage, but actually you get twice from committing to that because you have to go in and then you have to go out. So you're not gonna expect it, but you're gonna take a lot of damage from March of the Machines. Right now, Undying is left solo to his top lane. I think that's a bit okay.
Okay, hang on, something's happening at the bottom lane, and we see the Lion throwing in a stun on the Tidehunter. They don't have enough damage for Team them to just take this off, and Morphling will definitely not going to sacrifice that escape mechanism in that waveform just to get the damage off of the Tidehunter. It's going to be a sitting duck if he does. So
yeah, they weren't able to pull off the stacked stun with the Vengeful Spirit. The Vengeful Spirit wasn't able to throw a stun right there, so and
she is now actually rotating to the middle lane. She has the stun, and Tinker is in range. Oh, yes, she has the real terror, and the full stun is coming in. It's over. This is definitely a kill for the Radiant team. We're now sitting at 2-0 in favor of the Radiant team. Very, very good snipe. I think there's a big disadvantage for the Dire team for them to be able to just waste, well, not exactly waste, but invest so much in the top lane in these two wards. I mean, they're practically blind here at the bottom lane, considering that Tidehunter is, well, he needs a little bit of vision just to be able to survive the offload, right? He's been lucky so far, and now he throws in the Ravage. He sees a kill on this Lion, and even if he does die to the auto attacks from the Morphling and the VS, this is actually well worth it already. But now he can actually chase down the VS. It's a double kill for the Tidehunter. The Radiant team engaging on top of Tidehunter with 986 HP, with around each of them only having around 200 HP, and very, very careless, I have to say, for the Radiant team. Yes, coach.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out how this thing works. Oh, apparently,
okay, so
yeah. Right now, the stream is still seeing my perspective. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It took me a while to figure that out, and I can't. For some reason, I can't switch to you. So I'll have to do a lot of camera work by myself, actually.
Yes, and I'll just I'll just remind you where to point as soon as possible. And yeah, I'm being told that the camera is not following what I can see, so I'm just gonna have to shout on you, coach. I'm gonna tell you, hey, something's happening. You better follow my camera. I think you can click on the what is this?
eye thing on the upper
Yeah,
right.
the eye thing.
I tried to, but nothing's coming up. Did you click the broadcaster?
Yeah,
option?
I clicked that. Yeah, I clicked
The
that.
cameraman?
Yeah, I did.
All right, but let's save that for a later time. Right now.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, right now let's make do of what we have.
Mm-hmm.
So the Tidehunter is going for that ancient stack. Right now he has a dual stack, but the ward from the Vengeful Spirit is going to scout that out and prevent additional stacking of the ancients over there. Right now we have an attempt at the mid. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yes, it's essentially a Tinker and an AA with an Invoker on the high ground. So it's definitely gonna be a hard kill for them.
So pings are coming out. They want to go on this Tidehunter, but I really don't think they can. Tidehunter smacks Anchor Smash. Not really too ideal because the Anchor Smash actually gives the maximum amount of damage reduction from level 1. So you can keep that at just at moderate level for early on, because you want maximum points on Kraken Shell for survivability as possible. But I guess since he's not getting harassed too much, he can leave that Kraken Shell at the lower level.
Oh,
So-
okay. Now Vengeful Spirit actually trying to rotate up to the top lane, but there's still a ward there. Is this a new one? Yes, it is a new ward. They actually refreshed the ward to prevent any ganks coming in from the Radiant team. They really want to babysit this Ven to the point where he will just snowball everybody with that quick lead. And a God
Dire's
Strength,
middle
of
tower
course.
is under attack.
That goes without saying.
Bad news for you fans of towers out there.
So yeah, coach, go ahead.
Alright, so they want to kill someone, okay? This is very Pinoy Dota. This is Pinoy Dota right here. They want to kill someone. They're not satisfied with objectives. Let's check the gold. Gold, we have a slight lead for Radiant. EXP lead, lead for the Dire, probably because of all the rotations that the Radiant have made. See, this is the difference that playing objectively will provide you. Sometimes you don't really need the kills. Sometimes just zoning your opponent out is good enough. If you're getting more EXP than the opponents, you don't really need to do something. But this is Pinoy Dota. Come on, we want some action, we want some kills. They need some kills, you know, that's what they feed on.
Yeah, and well, normally we would
Dire's
have
middle tower is being attacked.
normally team fights actually should occur around the 10-minute mark, because that's when the level 6 comes in, even for the supports. But now, since everybody's just rotating around the map so much, they're losing a lot of experience points on the lanes. And there's actually a bigger implication, right? Oh, hang on, something happening at the beginning. Coming in and trying to get a kill on this Tinker, and he was actually lasered out into oblivion. Lion TPing in, throwing that Impale and the Hex, I believe, but not enough damage on him to finish. The Tinker also had some bottle charges during that time. And Invoker was actually, he made a big blunder right there when he threw the cold snap and didn't back out. He wanted the Tinker to be locked down with the attack, cold snap, but he was just too close. He was within the range of laser, and that finished him off. And now the top lane, wow, something's happening. TP is coming in from the Radiant team. There's Invoker, there's Undying Tornado coming in to invoke Invoker getting thrown down. Shallow play from Dazzle onto AAA. Might survive this, but some zombies are already following him already. Now, we see the Dazzle actually getting picked off as well, and now this spin is all alone right now. Magic Missile coming in from the Vengeful Spirit. It's a 3-4 deal exchange in favor of the Radiant team. Very well played right there. They knew that they could actually snipe, or not snipe, engage upon the 3-0 of the top lane and just win this. And TP is coming in from Dark team getting cancelled, and if you might have noticed, the Tombstone actually did wonders for them during that time. That's the thing, even if you're shallow grave, but the zombie is following you, you're as good as dead.
Yeah, that's the power of
yeah.
Tombstone right there. It doesn't really care how many people are in there. Actually, the more the merrier for the Tombstone. So
Radiant's middle tower.
the more people they have there defending against the Tombstone, up against the Tombstone, the more people will probably die.
And now we see the Tinker. I think is trying to get his travel as soon as possible. So
This is a big stack.
yeah,
I think it's a
Marlon,
4 stack. Yeah,
4 stack, yeah.
4 stack of the large speed.
and it's actually gonna get around 600 gold or more from that, and he's now around 300 gold away from the boost of travel. They might have to shut this Tinker down if they don't want anything happening. And now the bottom lane, the Tyler are actually getting sniped by the Morphling with the help of the Cold Snap, not the Invoker, of course, and probably some casual chain stunts coming in from the side. And this Lion, oh, he already has the boots. Yeah, I thought he didn't have any. I mean, it was on cooldown, didn't show the green there.
Dire's bottom tower.
And now, bottom lane getting pushed by the Radiant team. Ice Blast coming in from AA. So they're trying to Lion gets hit as well as the Invokers. When shooting in, goes in the Stormhammer, finds a kill on Invoker. Although it was Tinker who actually got the kill with a heat-seeking missile. And now they're just backing out. They're gonna disengage.
Yeah, they had a defensive Tombstone right there, but this time, Dire had the sense to just back out. They don't want to be fighting under that tombstone, but the Radiant might be willing to re-engage right now.
Yeah, they should actually, but I don't know. Tinker already has his music tablet, so he might be coming in soon, coming in hot, and he has those heat-seeking missiles, and the Radiant team doesn't really have that enough sustainability in the lanes. I mean, they could actually go for a push, they could go for a kill, but after everything has been thrown down, they really have to disengage. I mean, that's the limit of their lineup. At the middle lane, Ancient Operation getting picked up. EMP and the combo coming into the Invoker. Just a single auto attack to kill this AA, and it does find a kill. This Invoker already sitting at 3-2. And wow, getting a bit on that. He has 2 Oblivion staffs, and he might actually go for Arcade Malevolence, around 300 gold away from that.
So, right now, if you take a look at the score, it's 7-4. Bit of an advantage for the Radiant, but let's see what the EXP and Gold Grabs have to say. Oh, I think they're gonna go on the Tidehunter right now. No, they shouldn't dive.
Yeah,
they shouldn't dive.
They won't dive in there, but at the bottom lane, TP's coming in again. They're trying their best really to defend the heat-seeking missiles coming in from the Tinker, and this arm. Ice Blast, not gonna find a kill there, not gonna be able to nuke them down with a Tinker Ice Blast combo. And this Dazzle actually staying.
They didn't see the Dazzle. They didn't see the Dazzle. They missed the Dazzle.
Yeah. How is it possible? How is that even possible?
I think the slight fog given by the trees over here might have been hiding the Dazzle.
And
right now, the Invoker's gonna die. Invoker's gonna die.
No! This might kill. No! This Invoker might actually. So he's still actually in danger of getting shattered, and indeed he does get shattered. And while everything is going down at the bottom lane, the mid lane, this Sven has the Blink Dagger. Is going to go for it. And the Morphling, he waits for before the now the Ravage hunts him down. The Stinker.
That's actually the first Ravage of the game.
Oh really? And now Tinker is actually being in. He has the skills. He has the laser. He's executing a bit. But he was waiting for the kill apparently, and now it's going to be out. That Morphling waiting for was really kind of badly timed, I believe. It could have been timed better, like when all the disables have been thrown down. That's when he could actually wait for the spot. Like even go here, just back to the river, and I don't know. And at the bottom lane, TP's coming in from the Invoker, EMP Tornado coming down. No mana for 3 heroes here. If only he had the backup, he could actually kill it. It's 2 maybe. Pulsar coming in. He is going to find a kill on this Dazzle. And yes, he goes down. Now, Tidehunter, you're next, but no backups coming in. VS is still way back, way behind this Invoker. Tinker TP's in. They're trying to find a kill. Maybe heat-seeking missiles getting thrown down. The arm, of course, for the multiple dolphins. Just to keep the lane pressure.
So, let me talk about the itemization of the heroes here. Right now, this Sven picked up a Blink Dagger. It's kind of a naked Blink Dagger because, that allows him to...
Hang on, Lion actually just died to the March of the Machine. This is exactly what we were talking about. Like, he was trying to get them in kill, or he was trying to disable the Tinker, but the March of the Machines was already down. So, he had to get out as soon as he started to dive for that March. So, anyway, going back to the discussion on the itemization with the Sven Blink Dagger, what was it about? Coach, tell us.
Yeah, this is pretty unusual. The Sven is actually the second most farmed in the Dire side, but he went with a Blink Dagger. A Blink Dagger is quite useful, but in this stage of the game, where Sven doesn't really have other items to boost his damage, I don't think a Blink Dagger is needed at this stage, nor is it the most useful item he can build. Armlet, maybe a Mask of Madness if he really needs to get somewhere really fast. But the Blink Dagger, a dubious choice, in my opinion.
Big words, dubious.
Dubious.
I'm just kidding, yeah. And while we were discussing that itemization from Sven, Tinker actually fixed off near the east capital. I'm gonna take it for you where they're farming. So I believe somewhere around that. And yeah, I can actually feel the Radiant team getting a little bit more careless as the game progresses. I don't know if it's something to do with the aggression that you can get from the Invoker, which actually, by the way, takes off the dazzle once more. I don't know if that's something to do with that, but even with all this aggression coming in, you have to think about the spell. I mean,
No, the spell is pretty much free reign. I'm just gonna take this tower, uncontested.
Yeah. And that's and TPs
We have
are
a TP coming in.
I don't know.
That's not gonna do anything.
Dying.
Too late.
So they should actually just maintain the push somewhere, or try to engage at the bottom lane. And the best bit, they can't even go near the Tinker. This Tinker is just knows how to direct the March of the Goblins. I have to say, if you notice the March of the Goblins, he casts them in such a way that protects his TP, that protects his position. So that unless you have a Blink Dagger, there's no way for you to actually get near Dimos. And this name, Dimos, rightfully so. He is Tinker, he's a robot, so I guess very, very good nameplay here. So the wordplay? Nameplay? I don't know. Playing with the names?
So
I don't know. Yeah.
let's see the story right now. A bit of an advantage for the Radiant, for GGMarlon. They have one more kill. A while ago, it was a bit lopsided in favor of GGMarlon, but when the Tinker went online, Team Ignis was able to pick up and catch up against GGMarlon in terms of kills. Very close right now. Something's happening right here.
Yeah, okay. Now, Invoker again finds another kill with that auto attacks and the cold snap. How is he getting those kills? Those kills are literally just Invoker walking around. Is it because of the Ghost Walk build? Ah, yeah. The Ghost Walk build. And because of that, because the way that Francis is playing, just letting the supports wander around their own Invoker finds those kills. And I think it's something to do, of course, with the Tinker just tipping in and out of the lanes just to find those pressure points for the push, and Sven just keep staying at the top lane for the farm. So I don't know if it's something to do with that.
So
Invoker now coming in, swap coming from Registry with the magic missile. Of course, this dazzle is good as dead. It's not even going to bother to cast the Shallow Grave on him. Tinker coming in, he has the Blink Dagger. He's going to try to find a kill, but the Ghost Walk gets casted once again. He's chasing down the Tinker. This Undying throws the Tombstone in, but no, it's not going to be placed in the proper position so that it finds those the zombies. It finds the summons of those zombies. And that's a free 120 gold or 100 gold for the Dire team.
alright, so let me just nitpick on something from the stream. Someone said that the Sven is a support Sven with a blink, but
Oh, now TP is coming in. Sorry, just when you were starting to discuss the game, Sven and Hunter goes in and finds a kill. Takes over and Lion. Ice Blast coming from Ancient Apparition. This Undying is definitely going to die. And now Ancient Apparition gets the kill on Dopplerman. Sven has the Blink Dagger, going to try to find another kill on this Phantom Spirit, but no, they will just take the tower instead.
alright, so
Just whenever we
let me talk about the Sven. Out of 11 kills, the Sven only really participated in the last engagement. Beforehand, the Sven only had one assist. He never really acted like a support, and I don't think that a Sven should be played as a support. He's good with a stun, but his mana pool is limited. He's not really ranged, so he doesn't have a good early game roaming capability. But hey, whatever floats their boat. The Sven is going with a BKB, so I don't know what that means, but BKB is usually reserved for people who do right clicks.
No, I think the stream was just asking if Sven was going support. I think they were just wondering because apparently you can actually play Tinker as a carry. So there's that.
Tinker is technically a carry.
Okay.
Tinker is the position 1, always. Tinker is not a carry in the form of a right click carry. but he's a carry in terms of farming capability and game
Damage output.
yeah, damage output capability. Perhaps he falls off a bit when people get their BKBs, but the BKB doesn't actually doesn't stop the march of the machines. So he still has control in the form of that spell, and is pretty much able to hold off pushes by himself and be able to somewhat push actually with the march of the machines also. So in that regard, just because of his ability to utilize items very well, he is considered a position 1, pretty much like a Death Prophet. Death Prophet is a carry, Necrophos is a carry, Tinker is a carry. Even though they're Int heroes, a lot of people don't consider that Int heroes can also be carries. So right now they're going for the Invoker, but the Invoker is just too fast with that Ghost Walk. They can't really find him. So right now, no engagements.
And it's actually going for the Yule Scepter for max movement speed. You know, I think the Yule Scepter gives you around an additional, let me check, an additional 40 movement speed, and with a Ghost Walk build, he will definitely be roaming around the map with 522 move speed, just maxed out for the duration of the for a duration of that Ghost Walk.
So
and wow, the teams are just I don't know. It seems to me that the Radiant team is farming or aggressively trying to find the kills, and the Dire team is really depending on that Tinker. I mean, just look at how they play. They're not really, the other heroes of the team are not really defending or trying to fight a gank or the smokes. They're just protecting the towers. And they know that Tinker can actually be somewhat omnipresent. Sven actually throws a stun, and a lot of skills were thrown in that replicate. So yeah, no replicates for you, Morphine. You have to wait for like, what, another 48 seconds? Yeah. And yeah, going back to what I was discussing, it seems that the way that the Dire team is playing, it's way too centered on this Tinker. They're not really doing any offensive/defensive plays. They're playing very passively, and only engages when the Radiant team is pushing their lanes. And now the Sven actually finds kill on the Lion. Quick kill right there. Follow-up coming in from Tinker, and the Dazzle goes the point because of the Undying. They really want that. They want the Tombstone, however, so they're just gonna ignore everyone else from the Radiant team, and now I think they're gonna push. And this is exactly what I was just discussing, right? It seems that the way that the Dire team plays, you know, focusing on this Tinker, they're waiting for the Radiant team to do a move, to do something before they actually react. It's reactionary team fights. They just like just now when they know that the Invoker is like ganking and roaming around.
I'd like to go against that actually, because right now the top 2 net worth is of course the Tinker, but second is the Sven. The Sven has been given free farm for a lot of this game. For most of this game, actually, the Sven has been free farming. So they have that secondary carry, that right-click carry in that form of Sven.
Yeah. No, I'm not taking anything away from Sven as a carry, right? I'm just saying that the entire idea of how the Dire team plays is revolving around the idea of how this Tinker plays. I think this has been a thing with the Dire team. I don't know. I mean, you could notice actually the way that, for example, Nabs Lance plays. It's revolved.
I don't think we should bring up other teams in discussions.
Oh, come on, Coach.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
No.
The watchers here don't know what Nabs Lands is. Come on.
No, okay, all right.
Anyway, look,
there's this other team.
The Sven is getting free farm right now. Let's just move on to the game.
On, Coach. Yeah, I'm just trying to say that because what you're trying to say is that Sven is. You're trying to say that Tinker is not the center of how the Dire team plays. But what I'm trying to tell you is that that's actually how they open up the matches. And what I'm trying to say is that, sure, Sven is their carry. Yes, I am not taking away that from this Sven, but what I'm trying to say is this Tinker is defining how the Dire team is playing. You can see it, Coach. I don't know why you cannot see it, but I think the stream can see it, the viewers can see it.
The Tinker always defines the gameplay. Yes,
not
come
in
on.
the way.
And any pro Tinker player Excalibur, sometimes RTZ plays Tinker, and both of those teams, whenever they pick a Tinker, the game is always centered around Tinker. The ability of Tinker to move around lanes, to distract the enemy, or to force pushes and force reactions from the enemy. That's really the power of the Tinker. All the Tinker needs is the boots of travel, and he plays like.
So exactly what I was saying.
So
right?
no,
So,
you were saying it like a complaint, but they don't.
No, I'm
They're
not
they're
complaining.
they're playing really standard. This
I
is
am not
really standard
complaining.
play.
Come on,
This
coach.
is really
I'm not-
standard play. Come on. Anyway,
Yeah.
A smoke
okay,
coming
you know
in?
what?
just the second smoke of the game after the first smoke, before the creep spawn.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, smoke's coming in. Yeah, we're not gonna find anyone. So yeah, coach, take away. Just take. Just can you just tell us what's gonna happen now? But however, in the middle lane, the Invoker's gonna find a people attack. So he's actually going to be able to escape. Sven and this Tidehunter go again with a response and disabled. He's gonna find a kill on this Invoker. However, he's actually able to find a kill with Dazzle, maybe or the Benevolence. And Swap coming in from the BS, trying to evade, trying to save his teammate, but no, the stun from the Sven and just the damage from the Tinker coming in from the heat-seeking missile is just too much, and it's nearly a team wipe, I believe. Morphin was able to escape during that team fight, and wow, it's a 4-for-1 exchange in favor of the Dire team.
Tinker actually already has a godlike streak right now. Oh, they're going for a kill on the Sven.
Yeah, okay, so a lot of things
The
are
market.
happening in the lane. Yeah, team fights coming in, and okay, the build on Tinker on the shotgun build is just picking everybody off.
Yeah, this
And
Tinker. Are we seeing an Excalibur level Tinker right here? An RTC level Tinker? TI5? Yeah, Pinoy Dota road
yeah.
to TI5.
So here in the middle lane, you see Invoker going to escape with that Lotus Walk, but no, a Sentry Ward was in drop, but not enough damage coming in. But the Tinker actually shows up and just bursts everybody down. He will be able to rearm soon, I believe, and just continue with this, continue with just bursting everybody down. And big turnaround there in favor of the Tsar team. Now 4 heroes are down. It's a 4-for-1 exchange in favor of the Tsar team.
So right now, Dire are barreling down mid. They want to take down this tower. They have all the means to do so. Invoker and Undying are down for another 20 seconds. And Sven activates the God Strength. This should pretty much melt the tower.
Just look at that damage. It's more than 300 damage, I believe. And
the
wow.
Tinker's already moved to the top lane. Maybe they can take another one down. The Sven still has his God Strength up.
And the Invoker and the Undying are both dead right now.
Yeah, and the fortification has been used already. So, here we go. That's 2 tier 2 towers down in the span of 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, I suppose for the Aisha operation, this is actually spamming the lanes, just trying to finish, just to make sure that no push is coming in for the Radiant team.
So, again on the Tinker had always been first round bans from Team GGMarlon in both previous games. I don't know if they had a gut feeling about this Tinker, but this time they didn't ban out the Tinker. They let the Tinker slip through, and now they're just paying for it. 13-1 on the Tinker, and 18,000 gold. That's easily a massive advantage. That's the entire advantage that Dire has over the Radiant.
Radiant's top
Tinker.
And I think it's just a matter of the Dire team finishing this game, just wrapping the game so that they could just push and take the Cherokee Towers. They could easily. There have been so many moments that the Dire team could just take this Roche up. All the team wipes that has been happening, and just now while we're discussing it, 3 heroes actually go down again once more because of this Tinker, and is now sitting at what? As I said, 13-1 a few minutes ago, now 15-1, and still dominating the lanes. Ancient Operation just waiting for the Aghanim set for they're just letting the Ancient Operation finish up on the Ags for the Ice Blast damage. It's Ice Blast relation, I believe. Yeah? Is it? Yep.
So right now we can see the movement of Team GGMarlon. They're kind of afraid to move out of their comfort zone right here. Yeah. They know the power of that Tinker. The Tinker can easily burst down almost any one of them. The Tinker has a level 5 Dagon right now, I believe. Yeah, that level 5 Dagon.
And he is now TPing in.
Yeah,
if
right now he's
the
mid.
Here, he's gonna get the kill on that. Now Death is going.
Oh no, the Tinker!
But he's actually out of position. The Godlike Streak will be going to the Morphling, to the Radiant Fairy. And now it's the Ravage ready. Yes, it is ready, but he was able to blink out. He decides not to waste it. Shallow Grave coming in from Dazzle to help him last longer, but no, it's gonna walk this out. It's gonna just, I don't know, die. It's just too much. I think misplay there from Tinker.
Yeah.
Does he have enough money for buyback? No buybacks coming in. So this is a golden opportunity for the Radiant team to come back. And Ravage coming in from the Tidehunter with his Sven Blink BKB coming in, just hacking away at the enemies. The Vengeful State actually swapped the Morphling for some reason back near the enemy tower. Ice Vortex coming in for the Ancient Operation, slowing everybody down. This Undying is dead, even though Tinker wasn't there. 4 heroes actually fall for the Radiant. It's a 4-for-1 exchange in favor of the Dire team.
Right now, we can see the itemization choice from the Morphling. He actually picked the Manta style over the E-Blade, which is very good actually. You can't have an E-Blade against the Tinker. That only gives the Tinker an easier opportunity to kill you. So right now they're having a Roche attempt. Let's see how things are going. 15k gold lead and over 20,000k, 20k EXP lead in favor of the Dire. And that's just gonna grow more as they take down this Roche. But you know, we can never count out Team GGMarlon. We can never count out the Tinker. We've seen so many Tinkers, so many Morphlings come back from the past, you know, especially in the form of Southeast Asian Doto. We have your Miracle Morphling, probably one of the most feared Morphlings in the world, commonly a respect ban. Up, and we have an Ice Blast in the mid, zoning out people. So this Ven picks up the Aegis, doesn't give it to the Tinker. The Tinker had already respawned. The Sven has an AC and the BKB up. Yeah, so he wants those right clicks going in.
They know actually that I think that during that time they knew that the Dire team was going for the Roche. They kind of felt it because of the Ice Blast getting thrown from that particular direction. But even if they knew, they have no way of contesting the Roche. Ravage, especially with the threat of, especially if they're just under the threat of Ravage, which is still on cooldown. I don't know.
So right now we're not seeing any tier 3 attempts coming from the Dire. All the tier 2s of the Radiant are down, but we're not seeing any attempt to go take the high ground against Radiant. Maybe they still fear the Invoker combo or the Morphling. You know, the Radiant still actually have an ability, a capability to turn this game around. The Morphling, one of the best carry heroes in the game actually. If he gets to ultra late game, pretty much impossible to kill, and has extremely good burst damage as well as sustained right click damage because of his very useful morph. But right now, we see a position where both teams can engage.
Dazzle just getting bursted down by the Morphling and the Finger of Death from the Lion. I think Dire will not engage this, I believe. They just lost Dazzle, which is one of their high utility supports, so they're probably gonna wait for him to come back before they actually push the lanes. And now Ancient Operation getting picked off by getting a pick off on the Morphling because of this thing. Where was Morphling during that time? Actually missed it. And now they're gonna push because it's a 1-for-1. One hero's dead for the Radiant, one for them, and
it's the Morphling.
For the Radiant team, it's a Morphling. EFP Tornado coming in from the Invoker, cutting down the mana from his bench. However, he has the Aegis. He won't hesitate to die. The round is coming in from Thailander, actually catches the hero, and the Ice Blast coming in from the AA. Now, Treasure Spirit is dead, followed by the Lion, and Undying follows shortly after. He's just getting used on that. Then, Tinker gets an ultra kill on the Invoker. This Morphling is in danger of becoming the 5th sacrifice to Diamonds here. TP coming, Tinker gonna TP back home, get himself refreshed and rejuvenated. And wow, an ultra kill on that Tinker is just too much, I believe.
The Sven might fall here. Oh!
No,
have a save from the
wonderful fellow Dave there, saving himself, saving the ass of his teammates. Morphling dies to the Tinker.
And those are diebacks. It's a double dieback with Invoker and Morphling. This is looking pretty bad. This is looking pretty bad for Team GGMarlon. And there's the call. You have to call.
Now, victory. The victors are now. Wow. I'm out of words. It's Ignis Nox winning the best of 3 series, and they will actually win the prizes. We will now go into a short break and communicate with the teams for their rewards for winning the best of 3 matches. Thank you so much, guys, and please stay tuned for additional Night in Dota. We'll be coming back here with the next 2 teams shortly.